everybody, and welcome back to the I Don't Know Running podcast, where we share our experiences that make running fun and sometimes not so fun. I'm Lewis. I'm a self-admitted lazy ultra runner, and I realize I have nothing.
I'm Mitch, and I have maxed out my co-pays.
Oh, so you have a busy December ahead of you.
Yeah,
Get in what you can.
Right. Well, I have a doctor's appointment about once a week right now.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago it was cardiologist. The week after that it was put a heart rate monitor on because they're still trying to figure out what happened. This week was neurology. Next week is my normal doctor. I think, it just...
But isn't that the position that insurance companies have put us in, like... Max on my copay. Well, let me see what I can cram in this year. Do I need this surgery? Can I get approved for it? Let me see if I can sneak this in.
It was interesting when I was at the doctor's office was talking about that, because I think if it wasn't for insurance, they would just put me on this new medication. But the medication is expensive, so they have to have proof that something's going on. Like everything points to... Everything points to it. Well, it's basically that it came from my heart. That something, it looks like I have AFib, but they haven't tracked it. Like they haven't found it, but there's evidence of it. Like something's going on. So I'm wearing this heart rate monitor. Well, it's just stuck to my chest, and they couldn't do the one that insert inside that lasts like 5 years because it costs too much, and you have to do the stick-on one first. So it's just fun.
And
so it's one thing. So it just continues.
Well,
but I am starting to run again.
And that's good. And you had something happen that led us into this topic we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So someone, people at work know, quite a bit,
about you in general.
About me in general. And I am not like that private about some of that stuff. I think that, people need to hear about those things, like why this stuff matters, like why, stroke symptoms. You don't mess around with that. It doesn't matter how young you are. It's just a blood clot that makes its way to your brain, and it can do some serious damage. So someone was asking me about, my foot, because I had surgery on that, and I'm running, but my fitness level sucks. I finally got up to 5 miles, and, but it's slow, and I'm complaining about that. And their reaction is, well, at least you're out there. It's like, yes, I am very, very thankful for just being out there. But being able to do, like, we were doing 8 miles a day. And I'm not trying to, make less of what people do. It's just like my expectation for what I do. It's like I want to be able to finish in the last of the 50 states, and I want to do all that stuff. And the only way to do that is get out there and run. But it's depressing some mornings. It's like, this is all I can do. Yeah.
And oftentimes when you're in those moments of, and it's funny as we were putting this together, it's you hear them say talking at the water cooler. Yeah. Right? Talk at the water cooler. And I immediately thought, well, how many places even have a quote unquote water cooler anymore?
We have a refresh area. I think that's where I was at.
Well, it's funny because it's hilarious because then I thought, wait, we do at work. We have 2 water coolers.
Do you sit there and talk at the water cooler?
They are in locations that tend to have people talk. It's in a kitchen. Yeah, that's where the water cooler is. It's not like the call. I think of like The Office. The Office has one in that like area. Yeah. But it made me wonder, like, how many people have water coolers anymore today? It's usually just a kitchen, right? But it is essentially you talking to somebody. That somebody can either be a runner or not.
Right.
But typically you say something like, I went out for short, easy run, 5 miles. And the runner is going to say, okay, yeah. The non-runner is going to go, what? Short, easy? Those don't go together with 5 miles.
And 5 miles is like, that's the bare minimum. Like that.
Yeah.
Rob and I joked about this a few years ago. Like, why would you even get dressed for less than 6? Like we joke about that.
I was that way. And I'm sure you were this way with 8 miles back in your, especially your streak. I just didn't even feel like I was getting a run in if it wasn't like 8 miles.
I know. It's silly.
And we're getting way off topic here a little, well, not way off, but getting off topic here a little bit. But I honestly look back at that and it wasn't a great place to be in, because then you feel the pressure of like, it's got to be 8 or nothing.
In some cases, yes. Like sometimes it's okay just to do 3. But man, mentally, I can't do that. Like 3. So I was doing 3 at a time and I'm like, I am so lazy and I'm just beating myself up. Like, it's like, that's all I should be doing.
Yeah, it's all you should be doing. But I looked at that when I took a break, came back and started training again. I went, this is great. I only have 3. So easy. You go out there, you knock it out and you're done. And it's like, this is so refreshing.
You know what I noticed about that though is because I always put nipple guards on. If I'm only doing
that.
If I'm only doing 3, I don't even have to put them on because you're not rubbing that much.
Yeah. That speaks to what we're going to talk about today a little bit with nipple guards, because non-runners are going to go, what? What are you doing?
You don't want bloody nipples.
Unless you've watched The Office, you understand.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah. And here are some things that are going to kind of take us into this. The runner will say, I'm only running 5 miles. The non-runner will say, wow, 5 miles is amazing, as we just talked about.
Right.
The runner will say, I need an easy run today. The non-runner says, oh, so a day off. No, those aren't the same thing. The runner, my pace was 8:15. The non-runner, is that fast or slow? Is that 8 miles an hour? What is that?
Yeah, what does that even mean?
The runner says, I'm running a marathon next month. The non-runner says, are you raising money for charity or something? Because that's the only people that do that.
Why would you do that?
The runner, my feet hurt. The non-runner, you should probably stop running. No, that's normal.
I like the part that ignoring that you're just going to jump into and say, I need new shoes. Yeah. That's why my feet hurt. They're saying you should just stop running.
Yeah. All this to say that there are 2 different types of languages happening at the water cooler between runners and non-runners, and we just kind of want to talk about that a little bit. And so runners, you're going to get to hear your quirks explained in some of the comments today. And non-runners, you're going to get to understand why the runner in your life feels the way that they do, or behaves the way that they do, I should say. So let's get into the lingo. This is obviously because of what we're talking about. This is a big part of why the 2 don't always see eye to eye.
Right.
An easy run. So for runners, this is typically, and it's funny because we talked about this and a lot of runners don't get this. What an easy run is.
We've talked about that a bunch of times because easy is not easy enough in some cases.
Yes. But it's 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. Very comfortable aerobic building. Very comfortable, very easy. And that's the thing that we've talked about is it needs to actually be easy.
Yeah.
Which means if your best pace that you can do for a 5K is a 7-minute mile, 7:10 is not easy. Doesn't matter how good you feel.
It's still slower.
Doesn't matter how good you feel on the run. Doesn't say it's not a feel good run. That's different.
We had somebody in our group that was notorious for that.
Yeah.
Well, my heart rate was down. Well, sure.
Was it easy run though? No. The non-runner hears a relaxing stroll, maybe a warm pastry involved. I could get on board with a warm pastry though.
Yeah, but based on the last one, that could be good aid station food.
Yeah. Yeah. They go hand in hand. Yeah. And it goes on to say, at some point runners do get to the point of, it literally is like we've talked about. We just did. You don't even want to lace up the shoes for 5 miles.
Right.
Because it's easy, quote unquote, easy.
But it is so good for you.
Yeah. Next one is tempo run. Yeah, the runners here or talk about comfortably hard, controlled suffering. And it is, man. The last training cycle I went through for California Fall Classic, I didn't do very many of those, but I did do a few. And it reminded me of how to run in that comfortably hard area because I wasn't doing that much.
Sometimes it could just click.
Yeah.
It'll be hard, but it's not that hard. You know that you can't sustain it for 20 miles in training anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and sometimes it's just good.
Yeah. And the non-runners, they hear comfortably hard equals, what does that even mean?
I just explained it.
You just explained it. Yeah. It is a feeling that you can't sustain it forever for 20 miles, but it's just a feel-good pace, right? Like it just, like you say, it just clicks. Something just feels good.
Like, oh, that was such a good workout.
You're breathing hard. You're like, yeah. Little fun fact, tempo runs improve lactate threshold, a concept non-runners think sounds like a medical condition. Yeah, I agree. Intervals, runners, structured speed burst with recovery, non-runners. So you sprint, then stop, then sprint again voluntarily? And why are you doing that? That doesn't sound like a good runner.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah. No, there's not much to say about that. Intervals are often are one of the most time efficient fitness boosters. Something non-runners can absolutely relate to.
I attribute it to, though, I think it helps build leg speed. Like on your normal runs, it helps you figure out what it feels like to turn your legs over.
Yeah, 100%. I think anything outside of, well, I mean, this and the next one both do that, I would say.
Because I'm doing that. I'm actually starting to do intervals now. I bailed on them the other day, but just because I feel like I'm running so slow, it's like, okay, I can do short bursts and try to turn my legs over to try to make it more normal.
Yeah, and I like to do that on a treadmill because it forces you to help do that leg turnover.
You ever see the fails where they fall off the back?
Yeah. I have seen that. I'll just say that.
Ouch.
Yeah. Next one, fartlek. Swedish, and I didn't know this, but this is interesting. Swedish for speed play.
I knew that.
I did not know that. Non-runners laughing like middle schoolers.
Yeah, like what's a
fartlek?
I've tried to explain it to so many people. It's like, that doesn't make sense.
It's a Swedish word. Get off the fart thing.
Yeah. Child.
Some non-runners think it's referred to bodily functions, but no. It's speed play. Negative splits. Runners, this means smart racing. I am a huge fan of this. And it's funny because not all runners do this.
Yeah.
Like most runners are told to do this.
But they just run until they crash.
Yeah. And hold on.
Yeah.
And non-runners, why not just run fast the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question, but
just
if you haven't done it,
go fast.
Yeah. Pacing equals energy management, and that's what it is all about. You have to, and this is you can get a little bit geeky on this subject because, at least for me, I have really tried to lay out pacing for when I want to do well. When I want to do well at something, I want to know, like, okay, the last 3 months, this has been my speed work. This has been my tempo run. So this is what should equal my marathon pace, right? Something like that. And I want to lay that out. And so for me, I have always went into marathons going, this needs to be my opening 5. This needs to be my opening 13.
If you train properly, those last couple of long runs or even tempo runs should tell you a ton.
Yeah.
And if you ignore that, that's where you crash.
Yeah. Yeah. You just can't beat the data. Like, no, pay attention to the data and apply it.
Yeah. The quote, your body doesn't care what your mind thinks.
Yeah. Let's get into some gear and grooming habits that confuse everyone. The shoe wall. I'm not necessarily going to say the shoe wall. That's what they labeled it, but having a mess of shoes.
Shoes all over the place.
Yeah. For the runners, you have the trainers, the speed shoes, the race shoes, the trail shoes, the recovery shoes, the I rotate these 3 sets of shoes. I have some that are for, everything in between. And then the non-runners, you only have 2 feet. So why do you need all those?
But how many work pairs of shoes do they have?
Yeah, true. Yeah. OG runner wisdom, never judge a runner by their shoe budget. Yeah, that's true because some have little or no budget for their shoes and do amazing, and others spend fortune and do horrible, and vice versa.
That next part's especially for you.
I know. I saw that. It's like runners and golfers share one thing: expensive hobbies disguised as exercise. It's funny because I had to buy a pair of shoes, golf shoes, in one of our later rounds because I went without my shoes. And that's just like, how do you do that? But the only reason I did it.
Because it was your first day.
It was my first day, yeah. The only reason I did it is because it was like 70% off. I went into and it's at the end of the year. That's perfect time actually to buy them.
They're like free then.
How could you not? I went in and I said, if they are on sale, like if they have a clearance rack, I'll pick up a pair of shoes because it's the end of the year. That's when you buy stuff, they're clearance and getting rid of stuff. And sure enough, they were meant to be. So I got them. So I have another pair of golf shoes. They're not recovery or speed training. They're just regular golf shoes.
What, a different color?
They are a different color.
Oh, look at that.
Yes. And they're a different brand. I've never wore Adidas golf shoes. And
so it'll go with a different outfit.
I have several. Chafing. These are some more gear and grooming habits or results of grooming habits.
Either good or poor.
Yes. Yeah. Runners, prevent, treat, repeat. Non-runners. That happens where?
Yeah. Let me tell you some horror stories.
Yeah, we have talked about that on the podcast. You would be amazed the places you can chafe. It's not just your nipples.
Yeah. Some bad areas.
Oh, my goodness. The story says, no, chafing is not a car issue. It is definitely a bodily issue and all over.
And it's very, very uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable, so painful.
And it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. It does not go away anytime soon, even after you're done.
Yeah.
You get in the shower.
Sucks.
Yeah. Black toenails. Yeah, the runners, badge of honor. Non-runners, emergency room vibes.
I've had my dad's wife say something like, I think you should get that checked out. That's normal.
It's fine. You should have saw the other 3.
I tore one off.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm teaching here. Pain tolerance between runners and non-runners is measured in, I don't quite understand this, decimal points for runners and screaming for non-runners. Yeah, there's definitely a different pain threshold, and you learn to just deal with certain things.
Just ignore it.
Just not chafing. The technical running clothes, and yeah, this is one, and this is kind of funny. Moisture wicking, lightweight, anti-chafe, as we just talked about, fabrics. And I agree. I will spend good money on anti-chafing clothing. Non-runners, why does your shirt cost $48? Mine was $6 from Target.
Yeah, and I think about socks. I'll readily pay $20 for a pair of socks.
Yeah. One pair of socks.
One.
Yeah.
Makes all the difference.
Huge. But I thought about this too, because those fabrics also last.
Yeah.
Cotton does not last as long.
Well,
it tears you up.
Well, I like what it says, a learning moment. Yeah. Cotton equals misery machine.
Yes, it is. It's exactly what it is. It's comfy when you put it on, but it does not hold up under constant rubbing.
No.
Yeah. Logistics. Let's talk about some runner logistics versus non-runners. Waking, and this is funny because this is not for all runners. I can attest.
Yep.
Runners waking up at 4 a.m. Now, I will say this. I am not a fan of getting up early, but I will. I will get up to run when needed or whatever. But that's not my norm.
I get teased about this from my own running group. Like, why what do you do? Like, somebody just said that to me this week. What do you do after you run that early?
Well, you go to work.
I go to work.
But if you don't go until 9,
right,
you don't need to get up. So it is a different, like, I get it. Because I can run at 7, which is the same as you running at 4.
Right.
So,
but who wants to be at work until 6 o'clock at night?
Well, some who just have to. That's a 9 to 5, right? Or whatever. There are perks because when you work a 7 to 3:30 or 6 to 2:30, there are real benefits to that. Now, yeah, you're getting up crack of dawn.
What I do early. Like the big thing though is on Saturday long runs, trying to get out there before the heat of the day. Because we talked about that in just a couple episodes ago about, like the Olympics. And
it's perfect time.
Yeah. Like running at 3 p.m. Why would you do that on purpose?
I kind of like it. I am the exception sometimes. I am the exception. I do enjoy it. Man, there's something about it. I love the suffering in the heat.
I don't.
Runners, peace, quiet, temperature control, as you mentioned, and guilt avoidance. I can see that. Non-runners. I didn't know 4 a.m. was a real thing. Non-runners and Lewis.
I have one guy at work that takes pride in not, like coming in until like 9 a.m. He's like, I can't even function before then. All right.
Yeah, parents, nurses, and early shift workers suddenly understand runners better. Yeah. Tapering mood swings. And this is definitely for some and not others.
It gets me.
It does. Yeah. Okay. Runners, rest equals anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Non-runners, I'd love to run less. This sounds great. Let's do this taper thing more often. And it says tapering tantrums equals PMS for athletes.
And I like that one. I think that's the closest I'll come to understanding that.
Pre-race rituals, pasta the night before, same meal, same time, same superstition. Non-runners, why are you eating sad noodles? I like that. That's funny because they usually are very sad. Yeah, running in bad weather, 100%. Now, this one I agree with. Character building. Yeah, big time. Non-runners, get a treadmill, you lunatic.
I have less of a sense of humor about really bad weather now. Like I lean towards the treadmill now. I haven't done it, but
yeah,
when it gets unsafe.
Yes, 100% agree. But if you're stuck because it was fine when you left, like I talked about one of the runs I had for this training cycle, I took off, all good to go, and all of a sudden it opened up.
We've been out there when it's been lightning, and it's like
that's scary.
It is. Like Rob was actually cowering. Like he's like, oh my gosh.
That is such a horrible feeling because you're looking over your back, kind of, the feeling. It's not doing you any good. It's like, what are you going to do?
Just get home.
Yeah.
I don't cut my route short though.
Well, no.
Because you got to get your workout in.
Yeah.
I'm already out.
It is funny when you get out in those conditions and you didn't think it was supposed to be doing that. And you get out there and then it hits that first strike of lightning and you instantly start doing some math of like, where am I? What's the route to get back? Can I still get in my mileage? Like, where's all the stuff?
But part of the calculation is, can I still get in my mileage?
Yeah, it's
not
always
safety.
I'm already this far into it. If I can make it another mile before another lightning strike, I'm good to go. And then I'm on my way back anyway.
Nobody accused runners of being smart.
Yeah. But there is that. But it is so character building. Man, if you're forced into being more uncomfortable, man, it just builds so much character. The mindset, the runner's high, rare but real. And I would say very rare. Very, very rare. Mental clarity, physical euphoria, non-runners get similar feelings from yoga, finishing a big house project. I can see that. The first sip of coffee, don't know about that.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes, but that would be a little less than rare. Retail therapy. Yeah, I can see that. There are different chemical reactions to things that you wouldn't think would happen. Like the finishing a big house project, I can see that. Like you do an addition or something, or you completely gut and renovate a room, right? Like when you get done, you put that final whatever piece of or paint on the last piece of trim.
I got a new roof a few weeks ago. Just having that done and knowing that my roof won't leak now, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. Did you get a runner's?
Not the same as a runner's high.
No? Okay. Well.
Just peace of mind.
Peace of mind. The why behind running. These are just some things. Discipline, community, stress relief, achievement, identity, belonging. It's funny. This is great. I'm going to link a video. Actually, we had Krista Denham sent a video, and this is really good. Did you see that video?
I didn't see it.
Man, it's so good. It's so funny that this came up because he just sent this video literally this week to our email. Go ahead and send us an email. Send us videos like this, comments, something like that. But it says, this is why we run. I'll link it, and it's really good. It talks about, and it just shows people's faces at the start line. And one is nervousness, and another guy shows peace, and it shows, and you can see it in their face, right? Optimistic, gratitude, and more gratitude. And they show the gratitude one, and they literally show a guy like almost weeping, like his eyes are welling up. So obviously he's running for something big, right?
My first marathon I ever finished, I think I was choking up coming across the finish line. Like it's such an amazing feeling.
My first 100 was that way. I almost kissed Jason. I've talked about that. The overwhelming sense of so many things being done for one. But the why behind running, that right there, I'll link that video. It's so good. Go check it out. But those are some things of why we run. The non-runners tie-in here is everyone has something they're passionate about. Totally get that. Running just happens to involve sweat, miles, and gross toenails.
And chafing.
Some chafing if you don't get the right stuff. Some other things. Race day guilt. I feel like I'm losing fitness.
Rest day guilt.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that is very different from race day. Rest day guilt. I feel like I was trying to tie it together. I'm like, how does that make any sense? I feel like I'm losing fitness. And yeah, I think at different stages of your running journey, you feel that. But once you get to a healthy place of understanding of how the body works, you get that you're actually improving your running by taking those rest days. Mm-hmm. And non-runners, I feel like I deserve a medal. I'll get through this if I exercise at all. Yeah, I get that. As you're first starting out, I remember your first 8-mile run.
We've talked about that a million times. Like the first time I hit double digits, it's like, oh my gosh, I got to tell everybody.
Yeah. I'm going to go talk to all my non-running friends.
Just bug the crap out of them. Tell them they're lazy.
So here are some takeaways. Runners aren't crazy, just passionate and significantly unhinged in some charming ways. Non-runners aren't lazy, and this is good. I like that it's tying all this together. They're not lazy. They just have different thresholds for discomfort and different passions, I would add. And one is not better than the other. It's just a passion, a hobby.
Well, I said that before. It's like in the realm of exercising. Just do something. You don't have to run. You could walk. You could lift weights. It's just something that you want to that keeps you.
I would say, that's a really good takeaway here. Is that it is good to do something. You can have a passion and a hobby for watching YouTube videos, but that is not healthy. Like you should exercise, do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get up, move.
Get a dog. Go for walks with your dog.
Go for walks. Walks are actually super beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just want to encourage runners to explain things without jargon. You don't have to. I remember, man, I am so embarrassed by some of the stuff that I did when I was in my triathlon season of just some of the idiotic stuff I said. It's like, come on, man, grow up. And non-runners, just want to encourage you to ask questions to the runners. If you're friends, ask questions. Like, you don't have to ask it to your non-friends, but like, if they say something you don't understand, go ahead and ask about it. Yeah, the running culture, it's a different thing. There are a lot of things that go into it. And definitely you learn different words, different things. You learn to spend money on clothing that you're only, you don't understand. But getting back to I wanted to touch on it last. Man, I have running socks that have lasted and I'm not even talking that I run in anymore. Like my Smart Wool, those are socks that I just use on the daily, and they've lasted for years. They're so good. They're so good. So yeah, I say that to say you spend a little money, but man, they last. Yeah, share your stories in the comments below. Tell us some funny stuff that you have ran into with some either non-running friends or running friends. Either something you have said, something you have heard. But all in all, get together, go out, do something, be active. As you said, if you're not a runner, go do a 5K. It's super easy. You can do it. And you never know what that will do.
There's so many people. There's people doing them with their kids and with strollers and stuff. I mean, they don't have to be that hard.
No, they don't. And there's no pressure for them to be fast or anything else. Yep. It's about being active. Yep. Get out, do something, clean up things, clean up your health, things like that, the way you eat, all of that good stuff. But yeah, that's this episode. Go check us out on Facebook. Go check us out on YouTube, Patreon, all of those places and different listening platforms. That's going to wrap up this episode of the I Don't Know Running podcast. Be sure to tune in next time as we share more about what we just don't know.
I got to add to my normal closing. Until then, happy running, happy resting. And no matter who you are, don't forget the anti-chafing.